The Department of Transport in Limpopo is expecting a high number of vehicles towards major routes in the province later today. Vehicles destined for other African countries through the Beit Bridge Border Post are also expected to rise into the weekend. Authorities are closely monitoring the situation at that port of entry. All right, Katlaho, very good afternoon to you. Just take us through what's happening there.
Well, good afternoon, Nzinga, and to our viewers. We are reporting from the Beit Bridge Border Post, where the Border Management Authorities has started with its safety festive operations on the 13th of December. They are still intensifying that operation. We've seen that a number of trucks have already started flooding the border post, while those figures of trucks are expected to increase as the festive season also intensifies. We know that this is not the only port of entry that the Border Management Authority is focusing on. Others like the Limpopo as well as the Groblersbrug on the N11 connecting South Africa and Botswana are also closely monitored. But Nzinga, to get further perspective about this festive season safety operation, we are joined by the Assistant Commissioner of Specialized Functions of the BMA, the Border Management Authority, that is Maddock Ramatuba. Thank you for your time, certainly on SABC News. First, I want to ask you about your festive operation. Talk to us more about it.
Thank you very much, and thanks to your listeners. You are probably aware that our plan started in the beginning of this month. The actual planning started in October, where we were planning what we are going to do, and then early this month we started effecting the plan. The deployment continued to be enhanced since the 13th of this month, where knowing that we are expecting a large number of people to come through the port. We have increased also the number of officers that are required on the ground. We have made deployment of about 60 officials from immigration and also 19 officials from the border guards coming from other areas that are not too hectic. So we have increased even the processing areas. That's why if you look on the N1 as we're coming down, our lines are not as we have ever seen in the past 5 years or even more, because the processing is moving very, very fast with some few delays. But the team that is standing with me here, responsible for this port, have been managing such challenges throughout the day.
And there's been numerous cases, Assistant Commissioner, where we saw cases of smuggling of illegal immigrants into the country. How does your festive season operation ensure that such does not repeat itself?
Although we cannot divulge the actual plans, but you might also recall that on the 3rd of this month, the Commissioner gave a very serious warning to those that may decide to do anything illegal, whether it's coming through the ports of entry illegally or bringing in any illegal substances, that our border guards, together with the police services as well as the defense force, will be waiting for them. And that's what we're doing. Interceptions are taking place. We already have picked some of the people that we have in the border states in terms of the people that we have intercepted coming in illegally, some of them bringing some of the illegal substances into the country.
Mentioning statistics, do you have any at your disposal that you can share with our viewers, perhaps, so we can get a broader understanding of exactly how successful or otherwise this festive season operation is?
In terms of the human movement, last year we processed about 9,000 people on the 20th of December. Day before yesterday, we processed already about 10,800 and something of the figures. We have been looking at the consignment that are coming into the country, because over and above the people that are going out of the country, but we also still have consignments that are coming through into the country, which we have been. Our officials in the 4 specialized functions have been doing inspections. Our border guards have been also on the fence. We have intercepted quite a number of individuals that were trying to come through into the country.
What about also the safer transportation of goods that are not illicit? Anything in that regard?
That's our primary responsibility as the Border Management Authority, to facilitate legitimate movement of people and goods. When you were coming in, you might have seen that most of the vehicles, the light weight vehicles, are not coming through this line, because where we are standing now, that's where usually the port will be operating. Vehicles should be coming through here. So they are going, we've got a bypass that we've created for them to go through that other side so that they can be processed that side. And we've got about 8 processing machines for them to be processed through without congesting that area. That's why this area looks like it's a holiday of the port, because we've made those systems in place. And then with regard to the general cargo, it is going smoothly as it's supposed to be. You saw that we've got about 1.4 or 5 kilometers of queuing of trucks coming into the border, compared to the usual 10 or so kilometers that you could have. And that on its own shows that we have also prioritized that the country must continue to trade. People must export and import, and that we are taking care of that as well.
And lastly from me, how long do you expect your operation to last for?
The enhanced operation is going to go like this until the 16th of January. However, whatever gains, whatever experiences that we will have learned through this process, we are going to sustain them. You might have seen in our plan, we've got the sustenance process that is starting on the 19th going forward. So we will be sustaining the gains that we have had. These interventions that we have made here, that makes this port to flow the way that it is flowing, it's some of the things that we see as the positives, that as the BMA, we are taking this as a legacy project going forward to process things this way, so that we can smoothen the movement in this port.
Assistant Commissioner Ramatuba, thank you for your time. Nzinga, that is the Assistant Commissioner Medog Ramatuba with the Border Management Authority, essentially saying that they have put in measures to ensure that there is less congestion, particularly of trucks headed towards the Beit Bridge Border Post, of course, transiting into neighboring Zimbabwe. Also saying that they have definitely made sure that they increase capacity in terms of visibility, and are also ensuring that there is a safer transportation of both people as well as goods in this border, saying that it is their primary function as the Border Management Authority to ensure that there is a safer transportation of goods as well as people. Nzinga?
Thank you so much for that update, bringing that to us. Appreciated there.